Welcome back to my 20-day content push for Magic for the Masses. I'm Spacebug and I will be your guide to enlightenment. So, let's talk about the rules of magic. I don't know if we've really gone over that. I think I did once in the very beginning of the channel, but we're going to do it again. So, the rules of magic, the laws of magic. What are they? Number one, this is the most important thing I will teach you on this channel. The most important thing you will learn about ascension, enlightenment, awareness, spirituality, or anything else. Rule number one, there are no rules. There are no rules. Isn't that a good rule? More like guidelines, really. Space pirates. That's how we do things. That's my deliverance of enlightenment to you. Space Pirates Inc. Magic for the Masses. Magic is real. So, number one rule. This is the one thing I want you to learn if you don't learn anything else from me. There are no rules. When it comes to magic, and magic is reality. Magic is all. There are no rules. Everything is malleable. Everything is yeah, no, that's for sure. Because it could change. It could be something else. We don't know, that's it. The importance of this rule is this. Reality is constantly changing. When I was a kid, there were 3 states of matter. Now there's like 5. We don't live in a truly static reality. Once there was nothingness. Now there is the all. It was still the all, but now it's in a different form. There are no rules. Because whatever works for you is enough. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work for you, but it works for me, then that's fine too. If it doesn't work for anybody, that's okay. It might still work somewhere else. That's the truth. That is the truth. That is reality. I want you to take that in. Say it with me now, people. Number one rule of magic, there are no rules. There are no rules. It's more like guidelines. So what we're doing with guidelines is like giving you a path to see what works for you. See what resonates within your own energy to learn techniques that will help you create your own magic. We are all magic. We all have magic in us. Everything does. Everything does. The plant has got magic. This pen is magic. Everything is magic. The air, everything. My fingernail is its own little freaking universe of everything inside of itself. And that's true. That's just something we'll learn as we go, but it's kind of an advanced enlightenment concept. But it's true. Totally true. Little cavities in your mouth. It's a whole fucking universe. It is. It's a whole little secluded everything, and it's so simple and yet so vast. But you guys get there if you're not there now. Okay, rule number one. Say it with me again, guys. There are no rules. Um, People probably think that's kind of scary, but really it's so freeing. It's so elating. It's so valid to the concept of what I'm trying to teach you as far as how to use magic, how to be the best you can be. So what's rule number two? It's actually the second law of magic. Rule number one, there are no rules. Second law of magic, you only get what you give. And that is something that there's a reason why these are written this way. First rule of magic, there are no rules. Second law of magic, you only get what you give. Maybe you've heard of the alchemical law of equivalent exchange if you've watched Full Metal Alchemist or something like that, which is an exceptional, super moving ass fucking cartoon. So what does that mean? Smoke was the first offering given from the humans to gods. It exists both in the material and the incorporeal spiritual realm. Um, the things we burn carry their own properties, and they change vibrations, and then the gods can feel them, they can appreciate them, they take them in. Prayer, okay? Prayer is offering concentration, devotion of attention, and generally gratitude to a deity, the universe, another human, whatever. It's like ancestor worship. What do we do with ancestor worship? We make offerings to the universe, to our fallen human relatives, to whatever. I consider ancestor worship a generalized term for offering energy to the spirits. Okay. You get what you give. You give this offering, and they get energy. When you're trying to do a spell, you have, possible physical components. You have vocational components, or something like that. I'm trying to think of D&D, and then there's material components. I don't remember all the exact words from Dungeons and Dragons. I don't have a character sheet right here, but My point is this. There are many different ways to activate a spell. Lots of different things. People chant, people dance, people burn stuff, people kill animals or some shit or whatever. I don't really recommend killing anything like that because I love animals, but I'm not going to say I have the only way that's right. Now, you get what you give. For me, stupid YouTube spell ritual. Sorry, it's not stupid. I'm trying to do this right. I disguise myself. I put on makeup to become more human relatable because I'm not very human relatable. So I have to use actual effort and applied focus to become more palatable for the human population. Let's think. Yeah, I guess that's a decent enough explanation. You get what you give. Think of like hermetic rituals. You know, like they make these specific wax seals. They pull these diagrams up on the ground or wherever they're doing this. They're using focused effort for whatever system that they are trained in or make up, because that's what I'm going to teach you eventually, to create a specific result. So they're putting effort in. They're putting sacrifice of energy and intent and focus into the desired effect, which is the resulting spell. That is the whole of magic. It doesn't matter if you draw the circle right. It doesn't matter what stones you use or what color wax you've got, as long as you're believing and your intention and your focus is rooted in the effect you're trying to achieve, and as long as you believe in what you're doing, being able to create the result you're trying to work for, it'll work. So being an advanced magic user and saying, okay, well, I want a pot of gold to come find me at the end of this rainbow. I'm being a jerk, obviously. So I'm going to light this birthday candle, throw it somewhere. I'm not even going to remember about it. I'm not going to look at it again. I'm just going to let it burn out. It's this big. It's going to take 40 seconds to burn. Whatever. I expect this to work right now. You know, you're probably not going to find a pot of gold. You might stub your toe because you're a dick. That's how the universe works too. Paradox we'll talk about in another day. But as far as the effort that you have to put in to achieve an effect that is of equal grit as the effort you put in. So you have to put as much energetically into a spell, rote, ritual, whatever, as the desired outcome. So if I'm going to use a good example, and sorry that I've got to bring this up, Boo, but this is one of the most relevant examples of sacrifice and offerings. I can say you get what you give. My sister, Boo, her dog got sick. He had something on his leg that could have been very bad bone infection. Loki means the whole world to her. And so she brought her tarot deck over from 15 years she's had it, maybe, probably close to that. And we burned it in my wood stove. It was an exchange of her equivalent focus, attention, intent. She poured so much of herself and her belief into that deck that by offering it, by exchanging it for the magic of healing Loki, it was an equal give. And the gods in the universe and herself knew that that was truly a sacrifice worthy of the effect she was requiring. That Loki's great. He's like 6 years old this year, and he's got long, beautiful, healthy legs, and that's that. That's how this works. I'm trying to think of one more example before I let you go on this. Okay, so on occasion I will do glyph branding for people or myself. What I do is I take a candle, a real candle, and I take a tiny knife. A specific knife. Whatever knife is the closest to my soul at that time. I like blades. I doubt you're going to be able to see it on this camera. Yeah, there's no way. Yep. Well, whatever. I've done like this kind of a glyph. It was actually a stag symbol for someone once. Or I do the sphere symbols. And at this point, I think I'm connected enough to the astrological glyphs. I can do those for people. But here's where the equivalent exchange part comes in. So, I'm going to carve a complicated symbol into your skin with a hot knife. That's going to take time. You're going to be putting in pain. Here's the thing about pain. Pain makes you focus. It hurts. I can't think about anything but that hurt. Focus, intention, like you're concentrating on what's happening through the entire experience. So let's say it takes an hour and a half for me to carve the symbol in your arm. It's an hour and a half that you spent concentrating on what that symbol means to you. That's what it is. So sometimes I'll draw like the planetary symbols on my fingers so that I can think about, the energy. This is a good one too. Hold on, I'll go back to that. But I don't just draw it on there and forget about it. Every time I see it, I concentrate on what that planet means to me or what that sign means to me, because I'm putting in the energy, the focus, the intention of understanding. You get what you give. And your energy is everything. Magic is the alteration or creation of existence through intention and will. You have to put in your intention and will. That's what it means. You only get what you give. You have to put in intention and will. Focus. Your time, your energy, if you want a specific or any desired magical effect to occur. So, I've recently incorporated a third. Hold on, I gotta get the exact wording right because it's important. Okay, so I've been saying this for the majority of my life, but I never knew that it was in the format of a rule. So, the third law is, okay, so the first rule, there are no rules. Second law, you only get what you give. Third law, and I'm so excited to incorporate this into my life system because I've literally been doing this for years. Like, I was younger than 18, so I've been doing this for almost 20 years. Been trying to teach magic to the world. I've been trying to formulate the system, but I've been saying this the whole time, and to be able to incorporate it into my, I've only had two rules my whole life. Now I've got three. So the third law of magic is any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. One more time, Arthur C. Clarke. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic, because there is no difference. So keep that in your heart and know that whatever you're seeing that's not what you consider naturally possible, it could look like amazing fireball. It could look like someone just opened a portal with crazy, like Doctor Strange, whatever. It could just be technology. And there's no difference between technology and magic when it has an effect that's our desired outcome. So, first rule of magic, there are no rules. Second law of magic, you only get what you give. Third law, new incorporation, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. One more time. First rule of magic. Number one thing. This is the only key component. This one is the only one you have to remember if you don't remember anything else. There are no rules. Second law. You only get what you give. Third law. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. This might be the most important video I've ever made. I hope that it helps you. Farewell, bitches.